Hello guys, David here, Central Cal Piper, enjoying a nice working from home Thursday. Thought I'd take a few minutes and do um, do a quick video on dad stories. I've done one before. It's been a few weeks ago. I had intended to be a little more consistent, but like a lot of things that I think I don't end up doing. But I thought it'd be a nice time to do one of these. I don't have to sit in my yard, worry about the neighbors hearing me talking to myself. So Amy's at work, so I don't have to bother her with my talking, although she wouldn't be bothered at all. But it's just easier to do this if there's no one else around, you know. Only you guys, of course, that's fine. Oh, today I'm smoking my 7 Oceana 616 KS. The tobacco uh, I found in this tin, early morning pipe, but it was in my cabinet and it just had a few, well, had a pipe, a bowl full, but it seemed extremely dry. I don't know that it's early morning pipe. It could be something that I stuck in there and took it to work with me, and whatever was left, I just shoved it in my cabinet. But it's good. Whatever it is, I like it. My palate's not very refined, so I can tell little differences in tobaccos. I don't know what this one is. It's a little different. Also, almost like an incense quality about it, the smell, the aroma. But I like it. Makes a lot of smoke, which I always enjoy. I have a fan blowing on me. My windows are all open in my ever ongoing attempt to chase all the smoke out of my house before my sweet wife gets home. She is a super sniffer though, so it may or may not work. I bought some ozone spray a couple months ago. It's supposed to rid your house of any smoke odors. I'm not so sure it works. So I have windows open, fans on. We'll see. Anyway, so I thought I'd get back to my dad stories here. As I mentioned before, I get a new question asked to me each week via email. On this one, wherever it went, I lost it here. The question was, what were some of your favorite childhood toys? So I was thinking about that, and the ones that I remember the most were made by Marx Toy Company. This would have been in the probably early '70s, and the toy that I'm talking about nowadays you call them action figures. Back then, they were dolls, but they were boy dolls. And this particular one that I enjoyed, well, several. These guys were probably, I don't know, 12 inches tall, maybe more, made out of a hard molded plastic, but the arms and legs, you could bend them. The hands, the hands were made so they could hold a pistol. In those days, that was an okay thing. So they had one hand that could hold a pistol. I think that one was like in a fist for fighting. Because these toys, these dolls, were very manly dolls. The first one that I got, well, it was Sir Stuart. Sir Stuart was the Silver Knight. And Sir Stuart had black or brown hair, a mustache, and a goatee. But not only did you get the doll, you got all his accessories. This particular doll had a suit of armor and spears, and he had a crossbow, I believe, with arrows. He was just cool as anything. I loved that toy. He also had a horse. I don't remember his name. The horse also had armor, like armor plate that you could put on him. So you got all this neat armor, silver, because he was, after all, the Silver Knight. And I could just play for hours with that thing. My best friend Travis at the time, he had Sir Gordon. Sir Gordon was the Golden Knight. I think he actually got his first. His knight had gold armor and a horse with gold breastplate, all that sort of thing. So we would get together and play with these man dolls for hours on end. They were such fun. For the next few years, I get that as a Christmas present. For the next few years, I would get other dolls as gifts, Christmas gifts usually. I had Geronimo. Geronimo was awesome. He had all the goods that a Native American wishes that he had. He had a tomahawk. He had a rifle, like a Winchester rifle. He had a headpiece with buffalo horns, bows and arrows, spears. Gosh, good times. I also had a guy named Sam Cobra. Sam Cobra was a lot like Sir Stuart in that he had kind of the same face, mustache, and goatee. Sam Cobra, well, he was kind of a bad guy. He was in black, first of all, and he had a suit on. It was plastic, hard plastic, heavy plastic, but he basically had what looked like a suit. He had a vest, he had a derringer, he had a walking stick with a knife in it you could pull off the end. Did I say vest? He had a vest. A couple of cool hats. Not cowboy hats, but like city slicker hats for the Old West, you know? He was cool. I also had probably my most favorite one was Johnny West. Johnny West was a cowboy, brown hair, brown clothes, all the things that a cowboy might have or wished he had. He had a vest, he had chaps, he had a Winchester rifle, he had a 6-shooter, he had a holster. He was an awesome cowboy guy. I also had Jay West, which I guess was his son, a little boy, like a teenager kid with cowboy things, but younger cowboy things. He didn't have a gun. Well, he did have a gun, but he didn't have all the things like that. He had just mainly cowboy things. He had a lariat, a bandana, a couple of different hats. He was also cool. I also had a General Custer. Now that's when everyone thought General Custer was pretty cool. I didn't realize the whole story, but he was cool because he had a cavalry outfit on. He was blue, his clothing, like the die cast, the plastic body. It was cast with like blue clothes. But he had all the cavalry things that you might think he should have. Gosh, who else did I have? That was pretty much the majority of, if that wasn't enough. But those guys were just a ball. I had so much fun with those guys. Played with them for years and years until that dreaded time that I became a bored teenager. Probably junior higher, actually. I remember one time, and I almost hate to say this, but I think Johnny West was involved in a terrible accident. I think it involved some fire. He may have even been the victim of a sparkler bomb. I don't know. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Destroy perfectly good toys. I wish I had them now. I wish that I would have kept them so that I could have shown them to my kids. Instead, now I spend my time looking them up on eBay, wishing that I'd kept them, reminiscing, all the memories. So, those are some of my favorite toys. I don't know if you want to know that, but these are dad stories. So, that's one of my dad stories. Well, that's all I could think of, guys. It was a long time ago, 50 years ago, maybe. So, I don't know what happened to the rest of them. Well, I kind of do know, maybe. My mom in those days, during some financial hard times, we had put a lot of my favorite toys in the storage unit back then. And for some reason, she didn't keep up her payments. So I believe my toys were all auctioned off, which is really frustrating. What was she thinking? I can't imagine there would have been a lot in those days to pay for a storage unit, but for whatever reason, she didn't do it and they were lost. But that happens. I'll always resent her for that. Not really. I wish it hadn't happened, but things do happen. Anyway, guys, that's my dad story for today. Hope you all have a great day. If you're still listening and you weren't bored out of your noggin, thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you later. God bless you.